Nowadays, when you look at me and my channel, you might think I've always been a PlayStation kid who only trophy hunts and plays AAA games. But the truth is that my gaming passion started way back with Facebook Flash games. If you scroll down a little bit in my channel page, you can see that the first video that's public right now is a video about social empires, which you should check out if you haven't, even though it's not that great compared to my today's standards. When I made that Social Empires video, there were a lot of comments that mentioned another game that was just as popular as Social Empires and Social Wars back in the day, an ARPG named Dungeon Rampage. Dungeon Rampage is an ARPG developed and published by Rebel Entertainment, which released way back in 2011. It was inspired by other classic ARPGs like the Diablo series and the iconic stylized Castle Crashers. Back in its prime, the game hit a whopping 1.5 million player base on Facebook and its official website, which was a lot at that time considering it was only a Flash game. The game featured a total of 8 original classes, which were the Berserker, the Ranger, the Battle Chef, the Sorcerer, the Vampire Hunter, the Ghost Samurai, the Pyromancer and the Dragon Knight. All of which you could buy with in-game coins and had unique weapon types and ultimate abilities. Just like Social Empires, the game had a huge social aspect to it, in which you could invite your friends in order to clear dungeons with you, making the whole aspect of it more appealing, as you could grind out harder dungeons with your buddies instead of doing it alone. To add to this co-op feature, people could also randomly join your dungeon, which made it even better so you could meet people while playing the game. The other main appeal of the game was being able to get the whole ARPG feeling of slashing down tons of enemies without having to spend a good amount on a game like Diablo, which for a lot of people was either way too expensive or they simply had no way of running it on their PCs. This is the main lobby where you would spend most of your time if you were playing Dungeon Rampage. The main lobby of the game featured a few normal online game services like the shop, where you could buy characters, skins, weapons and other in-game stuff for in-game or real-life currency, a training facility where you could upgrade the heroes you played with, and the gates to the world map, which served as the campaign, similarly to how games like Social Empires had levels you had to complete that got increasingly harder. The game followed a pretty simple hop-in, hop-out gameplay loop where you hopped into dungeons, cleared them and opened chests at the end for gear you could choose to keep or sell to make your loadout stronger so you could progress through the world map and fight tougher and harder dungeons. It's also relevant to point out that the game had quite a unique art style. Despite being inspired by general fantasy themes and other games, the game managed to stand out with its unique stylized chibi models and cool skins you could buy. The visual effects were also top notch when it comes to Flash games, with ultimate abilities and other abilities from characters having unique animations, which were pretty great considering the whole aspect of the game being online and played on Facebook. To add to that, the game also had unique bosses, which were a good change of pace from the horde slaying gameplay, like the lava golem, which was for sure one of the most unique ones out of the bunch. Like any online Facebook game, the game also had continuous support with unique events throughout the year to match holiday seasons like Halloween or other events that could happen inside the game. The game was certainly a product of its era, and its popularity can be easily attributed to all the factors that were previously mentioned, with the added ease to play. Basically, you only needed a Facebook account to play with your friends what was the decently fully flashed RPG with co-op and grinding elements. Albeit not very famous, Dungeon Rampage also had an official YouTube channel where they posted some small trailers for their new classes, skins and other items, which for the time they were posted were actually pretty good in terms of quality and had a unique charm to them with their niche humor that was implemented in them.
Fucking dungeon games! Now I'm seeing blood red! I am going to kill that motherfucking piece of shit!
Recruit the Ranger and her new little red skin.
Just like Social Empires, Dungeon Rampage's end was a very sad one. Like most games on Facebook, they were highly susceptible to cheating, which in turn led to the game generating less and less money, the developers not being able to get paid, and the game eventually closing for Rebel Entertainment to focus on another project. Now, I was very curious to see what Rebel Entertainment was working on right now, but looking for it I didn't find anything, and the official Dungeon Rampage website led me to a Gaming Wonderland website, which was basically a Flash game website, and their Twitter account only had tweets from back in 2017 of them saying the game was going to shut down, so for now I have nothing to say about what Rebel Entertainment is doing nowadays, and we'll just have to take an educated guess that it closed after the game. That being said, I think videos like the one I made on Social Empires prove that these communities are very much alive and want these games back. I mean, if you go to my Social Empires video and look for the words Dungeon Rampage, the amount of people that commented saying it was one of their childhood games or that it is one of the games they want to come back so that they can play it again is quite astonishing. To add to this, I was recently hit up by one of the members of the Dungeon Rampage community on Discord, and it turns out there is still a huge active community for the game because it's being remade by fans. I mean, the community is still going so strong that they have a Discord with over 35,000 members, which is way more than some games that are way more recent have nowadays. The game is being remade by a small developer team who plans on making it an official game instead of just a fan remake, so basically reviving the game. Their Discord server is constantly being updated with game leaks and sneak peeks at things like models, animations for in-game things, and the actual coding for the game that's being worked on. I'd also like to say that they're looking for contributors to help out, so if you're interested in the project and maybe have some game design or coding experience, go ahead and contact them if you want to have a part in this revival of an OG game that maybe you played back in the day. Right now they're aiming at an early alpha release of 25th of December of 2024, and they have a very small demo in which you can see the kind of progress they're making. You can see right now on screen, because I played it. It's like a 2-minute demo in which you only have the normal weapon, which means the Z button, but if you go to their Discord and look at the sneak peek part, there's way more that's being worked on behind the scenes, so you can go there and ask for any information you might want to know. I hope you guys enjoyed this different kind of video. If you're used to my trophy hunting content, that's still the main content of the channel, but I wanted to get this video out so I could get some eyes on the team and their project they're working very hard on. And speaking of the team, I want to thank them for contacting me and thinking my work is good enough for me to talk about their project. The link to their Discord will be down in the description. You can join through there. If you've watched until this point in the video, comment bring back Dungeon Rampage. If you have any other questions or want to tell me something, make sure to leave a comment down in the comments below. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, all that algorithm jazz. Like the video, it only takes you 2 seconds. And other than that, like always, this has been the Retro Den, and I'm out.